Gateway to the mysterious Far East, Japan is a colorful land of contrasts. It still has many beautiful gardens, graced by lovely ladies dressed in the ancient style. And more than 200,000 shrines dot the islands of Japan. Largest is the great Buddha of Kamakura, about 30 miles from Tokyo. Symbolic of the mercy and dignity of the Japanese people, it is more than 700 years old. Made of bronze, the Buddha is 42 feet high, weighs 200,000 pounds. Visitors may climb steps inside and peek out of the eyes. Along with the old, they'll see the new Japan, a nation of 97 million people, with supermarkets, the latest Western-style fashions, fast-moving traffic of all kinds. Japan also is the land of the rising sun, sometimes. This is Yokohama Harbor at 9 in the morning. When the fog lifts, Yokohama is revealed as one of the world's busiest seaports. Yokohama also is the headquarters for Beatrice Foods' Meadow Gold dairy operations in the Far East. It was established when Meadow Gold was awarded a long-term contract to operate 4 government-owned dairy plants in Japan and 1 in Okinawa. This plant in Yokohama and plants in Itazuki, Misawa, and Chitose, Japan, and in Okinawa supply bottled milk and cream, cottage cheese, ice cream, chocolate milk, and other dairy products to U.S. military personnel in the Far East, including Navy ships. Directing the team of skilled Meadow Gold dairy experts are, from left, George Cannon, president of Meadow Gold Dairies Limited, Hawaii; Brown Cannon, Western Regional Vice President of Beatrice Foods; and Carl Vorse, General Manager of Meadow Gold Operations in the Orient. One of the most modern military dairy plants in the Far East is on Okinawa, largest of the 64 Ryukyu Islands strung out south of Japan. Equipment such as the homogenizer in the foreground and the processing vats behind them are comparable to that found in leading plants in the United States. Butterfat is melted here. Then it is blended in the homogenizer and sent to finished product tanks at Wright. All raw materials are purchased in the United States. Here, the milk is pasteurized. After these 5-gallon cans are filled with milk, they are sent to the mess halls for use in cooking. These 6-gallon dispenser units are sent to post exchanges, mess halls, and ships. Our servicemen can have as much milk as they want. Milk also is packaged in quart and half-gallon containers for sale at post exchanges. One of the most popular items is ice cream bars. The Chitose plant is located 1,500 miles north of Okinawa on the island of Hokkaido. Hokkaido is the habitat of the famed red-eyed Kuma bear, adopted as the emblem of our Air Force base in Chitose. Adjacent to the base is this efficient one-story dairy plant. This is the plant at Misawa, on the main island of Honshu. Incidentally, all dairy products sold to our military forces in the Far East carry the Meadow Gold brand. Misawa was festooned with flowers for the annual Weavers' Fair when Meadow Gold officials visited this thriving city northeast of Tokyo. Since Japan was preparing to host the 1964 Olympics, the Olympic emblem of 5 intertwining circles was woven into many flower displays. A nation that dates back 2,500 years, Japan is indeed a contrast of the old and the new, the ancient Weavers' Festival, and the youngsters marching in formation off to school in westernized attire. Late in 1964, Bloomfield Industries joined Beatrice Foods. The company operates this modern plant on Chicago's southwest side, which has almost 6 acres under one roof. Let's see what goes on under that roof. Since 1935, Bloomfield has been in the business of manufacturing keys to the kitchen, equipment for storing, preparing, mixing, and the carriage of foods. Shown here is the distinguished Swedish Regent line of superb table service, every item fit for a king and queen. Among the 800 Bloomfield products is a full line of gleaming equipment for the modern soda fountain. Perfect service for Meadow Gold ice cream, of course. Bloomfield produces only essentials, no novelties, but each is distinguished by dignified styling and quality, such as this gourmet serviette. These products, and many more, originate from this roll of stainless steel. Only the finest, non-magnetic stainless steel with the highest corrosion resistance is used. This 2,100-pound roll is worth $1,000. Here, blanks are stamped out by a 100-ton press at the rate of 1,500 per hour. The next step is drawing, or forming, these pans, called bain-maries, on these huge 750-ton presses. 2 of the stages are shown here, first on the left, then at the right. Now these 1-gallon steam table inset pans are polished and buffed by this complex at the rate of 300 per hour. Each is polished twice and buffed 3 times. Here, the rectangular steam table pans you see in most restaurants are being formed. This is the 7 1/2 quart size. Bloomfield has designed most of its own equipment to automate operations. These machines polish the flanges of the pans. While the machine polishes the sides of these pans, the attendant polishes the bottoms on another machine. Meanwhile, hundreds of other products are in various stages of production. Here, cocktail shakers are being formed on a flow turn machine faster than you can make a martini. Handles are spot welded to these frying pans in a flash of a second. This machine caps salt and pepper shakers at the rate of 4,000 per hour. More than 700 parts go into each of Bloomfield's famous Silex coffee makers for restaurants, hospitals, and other institutions. The only one of its kind on the market, it features automagic controls. Perfect coffee every time in 3 1/2 minutes. Each Bloomfield cart and serviette is made to the highest standard. This press forms the shelves. Then the shelves are welded to the upright, 36 welds per cart. Carriage and wheels, rubber bumpers for silent service, and handles are attached. Now for a final polishing to bring out the natural beauty of stainless steel. Because stainless steel is so expensive, none is wasted. This piece of scrap is turned into spoons. This 1-pound blank is cut out for this steam table pan. But the scrap is used for butter chips. Washers are made from smaller pieces. Each finished piece is washed with a special detergent that leaves no rings or watermarks. The machine cost $61,000. Inspectors check each piece, then wipe it with a special detergent that kills all bacteria. Every product of Bloomfield must meet the rigid standards of the National Sanitation Foundation, the U.S. public health laws, and the U.S. Medical Corps. Whether it appears on Silex restaurant equipment, Bloomfield food service products, Hospiware products, or Bicor products for the home, the Bloomfield trademark stands for the highest quality. This report from Belgium describes the progress of C. Laxon's since this outstanding dairy joined Beatrice Foods. Located near Brussels, this is Beatrice Foods' largest dairy operation. Laxon's maintains a modern tank wagon fleet for the collection and delivery of raw milk from the farms to its plants. This new tanker has a capacity of 20,000 liters. Processing equipment also has been added and modernized further to provide for growing demand for Laxon's fresh Stasano dairy products. In the foreground is the new homogenizer with a capacity of 5,300 gallons per hour. It is one of the largest homogenizers of its type in Europe. This is the Bactofugation Center, one of the most unique dairy operations in the world. Centrifugal clarifiers remove impurities, microbes, and thermal-resisting toxins from milk mechanically to produce bactofugated milk. Another important improvement was the change from paraffin-coated cartons to plastic-coated cartons. This new machine automatically forms, fills, seals, and dates the cartons for Stasano milk and related fresh dairy products. Laxon's also made major changes in its sterilized milk department last year to increase production. Shown here are two new filling machines which fill and cap 16,000 one-liter bottles per hour with homogenized milk. Then the bottles are conveyed to the continuous heat sterilizers, which are 60 feet in height. The complete operation, preheating, sterilization, refrigeration, requires about 1 hour. Sterilized milk, which Laxon's calls Stabilac, will keep almost indefinitely, and therefore is quite popular in Europe. Laxon's also is a major producer of evaporated milk. This machine fills 9,000 tins per hour with evaporated milk. It requires 10 quarts of fresh milk to produce 4 quarts of evaporated milk. The filled cans are automatically sealed with solder, inspected, and conveyed to the continuous sterilizer. Here, they tumble out of the sterilizer on their way to the labeling machine. Laxon's is a leading distributor of powdered milk. About 97% of the water is removed from the milk by the spray method shown here. The milk first is evaporated in condensers, then pulverized in this tunnel. To produce powder by the roller method, evaporated milk is run over heated cylinders or drying rollers, as shown here. To ensure absolute sanitation and quality control, Laxon's maintains one of the finest laboratories on the continent, the brain of the plant. Laxon's produces one of the most extensive lines of dairy and related products in the world. Among them are Stabilac sterilized milk products, milk, cream, diet milks such as skim milk, sour milk. Then we have chocolate drink and fruit drinks in a variety of flavors under the Stanola brand. Stasano fresh milk products include grade A milk, bactofugated milk, buttermilk, yogurt, white cheese. Equally important are products packed in tins, cream rice, Stabamix for ice cream, various diet products for both children and adults. Maltoon's flour and Laxon's powders, many of which are distributed around the world. This is the hill country of Kansas, on the outskirts of Kansas City. Rolling countryside, a few scattered houses, farmland, over 800 acres. Under this rustic setting teems one of the most unique operations in the world, Inland Underground Facilities Incorporated. It's logical that one of the outstanding storage warehouses in the world, and one of the largest, is located in the geographical heart of the United States. What makes this operation unusual is that these storage facilities are actually caves underground. An average of 65 railroad cars are loaded and unloaded here each day. As a transportation hub of the nation, Kansas City serves as a distribution center for our food lifeline. More than 160 truck lines, a score of railroads service the area. This is how our foods, picked and frozen at the peak of their flavor, are routed to markets. 90% of the foods stored here are grown on the Pacific coast. 2/3 of this food is consumed by people living east of the Mississippi River. And this is how inland plays an important part in getting these foods to your supermarkets. Actually, this hill has been converted into a natural storage area. Products that require cold storage are held in these areas where the temperature averages 34 degrees Fahrenheit. At present, there are 4 of these cold storage rooms with a total capacity of 192,500 square feet. However, the major share of space is used to store frozen foods. Inland maintains 15 cold storage lockers where the average temperature is -3 degrees. Fine for foods, but a bit cold for feet. In effect, Inland operates a service depot. Here's how it works. Here, for example, dry products, such as detergents that do not need to be kept under refrigeration, are stored until ordered. Inland has 2 such areas here. Carloads of frozen peas arrive from California. They are stored safely until the owners want them shipped to your grocery stores. Then the frozen peas and other items, strawberries, potatoes, corn, are taken out of the freezers per each order and shipped on refrigerated trucks or freight cars for consolidated delivery to stores or chains. More than 50 trucks can be loaded at one time. Inland has quarried an underground city out of limestone. This is one of 2 cafeterias maintained by the company. The area is so vast that messengers make deliveries by scooter. This is the energy center. The equipment shown here produces 3,000 tons of refrigeration a day. In addition, fresh air is channeled through all open areas at the rate of 650,000 cubic feet per minute. Storage is only one of the many activities in which Inland is engaged. Each day, about 2,600 tons of limestone is quarried. The mining is planned carefully so that new storage is created in the process. Pillars of limestone are left to support the weight of the world above. Each is 20 feet by 20 feet and 14 feet high. They are 45 feet apart. Each truck delivers 16 tons of limestone to the crushing and grading equipment. The limestone is sold for use as concrete aggregate or for road beds. More than 700,000 tons of limestone are mined each year. At this rate, the supply will last for more than 40 years. Here's another unique operation, an underground factory which rents space from Inland. Atlas Wire Products has leased 100,000 square feet for its plant. A large fabricator of wire goods, Atlas found that its products would not rust because of the low relative humidity underground, a constant 55% at 72 degrees. In addition, employee productivity increased 20% because of fewer distractions and comfortable surroundings. Here are some of the specialty wire display racks that Atlas produces for consumer stores. Another logical innovation is a maximum security depository for valuable records and documents, protected from fire, theft, and nuclear damage by 175 feet of solid rock. On the surface, the scene is one of rustic tranquility. An authentic Pennsylvania Dutch barn. A housing development is to be built here. Far below, encased in solid limestone, are 160 acres of storage and factory space, growing larger and more efficient every hour.